The air was thick with the smell of chemicals. It was a smell Dombivli residents knew well, a constant reminder of the industrial heart that beat within their city. But on this day, the familiar odor morphed into something sinister. A deafening roar tore through the morning calm, followed by a shockwave that shook the ground. A massive explosion ripped through a chemical plant, sending a mushroom cloud of fire and black smoke billowing into the sky. Panic seized the city. People ran for their lives, some still clutching their morning tea, as debris rained down around them. The explosion was so powerful that it shattered windows miles away. Homes closest to the plant were reduced to rubble, the air filled with the cries of the injured and the stunned silence of those buried beneath. The blast at the chemical plant wasn't just a local tragedy, it was a stark reminder of the potential for industrial disasters to devastate communities. The incident has left an indelible mark on Dombivli, a city now grappling with the physical and emotional scars of the explosion. As investigators pick through the debris searching for answers, the question remains: how could this happen? And what can be done to prevent such tragedies from occurring again? The investigation into the Dombivli explosion is ongoing, but preliminary reports point to a deadly combination of negligence and inadequate safety protocols. Eyewitness accounts and evidence gathered from the site suggest a fire broke out in a storage facility containing highly flammable chemicals. The fire, likely caused by an electrical fault or improper handling of materials, quickly escalated, setting off a chain reaction that led to the catastrophic explosion. Adding to the tragedy is the revelation that many safety regulations were flouted at the plant. Workers who survived the blast spoke of inadequate safety training, faulty equipment, and a disregard for protocols by management. These claims, if corroborated by the investigation, paint a grim picture of a workplace where profit was prioritized over the safety of workers and the surrounding community. The Dombivli disaster is not an isolated incident. History is replete with examples of industrial accidents, many preventable, that have claimed countless lives and caused irreparable harm to the environment. The Bhopal gas tragedy in 1984, the Chernobyl disaster in 1986, and the Deepwater Horizon oil spill in 2010 stand as grim reminders of the potential consequences of lax safety standards and corporate greed. In the immediate aftermath of the explosion, a sense of chaos and desperation gripped Dombivli. The injured, many with severe burns and trauma, overwhelmed local hospitals. Makeshift medical camps were set up to treat the wounded, as medical professionals and volunteers worked tirelessly to save lives. The death toll climbed steadily, each number representing a life tragically cut short. Rescue efforts, hampered by the scale of the devastation and the risk of further chemical leaks, continued for days. Firefighters battled to control the blaze, their efforts complicated by the presence of hazardous materials. Teams from the National Disaster Response Force used specialized equipment to locate and extract survivors trapped beneath the rubble, their hopes dwindling with each passing hour. The explosion left thousands homeless, their lives upended in an instant. Many lost everything they owned, their homes reduced to piles of rubble and ash. The government, along with NGOs and community organizations, stepped in to provide food, shelter, and medical aid to the displaced. Amidst the statistics and the news reports, it's the human stories that truly capture the profound impact of the Dombivli tragedy. There's the young mother who lost her husband, the sole breadwinner of the family, leaving her to pick up the pieces of their shattered lives. The elderly couple who, after surviving the blast, now face an uncertain future, their home and life savings wiped out. Yet even in the face of such devastating loss, the spirit of resilience shines through. Stories of neighbors pulling each other from the debris, of strangers sharing food and water, of volunteers traveling from afar to offer help, serve as a testament to the strength of the human spirit. The road to recovery for Dombivli will be long and arduous. The physical scars may fade with time, but the emotional and psychological toll of the tragedy will linger on. The government has promised compensation to the families of the deceased and assistance in rebuilding the affected areas, but the true cost of the disaster, the shattered lives, the lost dreams, the collective trauma, cannot be measured in monetary terms. The Dombivli tragedy has once again brought to the fore the inherent dangers posed by chemical plants, particularly those located in densely populated areas. Chemical plants, by their very nature, handle and store hazardous materials, posing risks of fires, explosions, and toxic releases. While stringent safety regulations and protocols are essential, the potential for human error and equipment failure always looms, making these facilities ticking time bombs in the heart of our communities. The risks extend beyond the immediate vicinity of the plant. Chemical disasters can have far-reaching consequences, contaminating water sources, polluting the air, and impacting the health of people living miles away. The Bhopal gas tragedy, for instance, released a toxic cloud of methyl isocyanate gas that spread for miles, killing thousands and leaving a legacy of chronic health problems for generations to come. The Dombivli explosion should serve as a wake-up call for governments, industries, and communities to prioritize chemical safety and take proactive measures to prevent such tragedies from happening again. The lives and well-being of countless people depend on it. Preventing industrial disasters like the Dombivli explosion requires a multi-pronged approach involving stricter regulations, robust enforcement, and a culture of safety at all levels. Governments must enact and rigorously enforce stringent safety protocols for chemical plants, including regular inspections, mandatory safety audits, and severe penalties for violations. Industries, too, have a crucial role to play. They must prioritize safety over profits, investing in state-of-the-art safety equipment, providing comprehensive training to workers, and fostering a workplace culture where safety is paramount. Transparency and accountability are key, with companies openly communicating risks to their employees and the surrounding community. Communities located near chemical plants must be actively involved in the safety process. They have the right to know about the risks they face and should be empowered to voice concerns and hold industries accountable. Regular emergency drills, public awareness campaigns, and open communication channels between communities, industries, and authorities can help mitigate risks and ensure a swift and coordinated response in case of an incident.